going on, you guys? We're back with another video. Today we got a special guest, Paola.
Hello.
She's my sister. She's the one that's selling those lip glosses. So what's your Instagram?
Paola's lip glosses.
Paola's lip glosses. That's it?
I think. .2 or .2.
Paola's lip glosses. I'll put the link on my
Somewhere.
description. Anyways, today we're going to be covering a story from Mexico. It's called the Cathedral of Durango, La Catedral de Durango. And Paola is going to be narrating the story.
So this legend is in the year of 1867 during the French intervention in Mexico. There was a nun named Beatriz who lived in a convent outside of Durango who fell in love with a French soldier. His military headquarters was near the Catedral where she lived. And every day at the same time, the soldiers and his troops would drive through the Catedral, and she would see him every day from outside her window in her bed. So one day, a soldier named Fernando was seeking for shelter because the Mexican army had ambushed the French, and he wound up at the doors of the Catedral where Beatriz stayed. She offered him shelter and allowed him to stay there until he regained strength. So after some time, the both fell in love, and then after a couple of weeks, the French intervention was coming to an end and he had to leave. So he promised her that he'd return and the both would be married. But he never returned. Beatriz grew worried, and it had already been months that he was gone. So she began to lose hope that he would never return. So she went to the top of the Catedral and was waiting for him for many days, until one morning when the priest opened the doors of the temple, he saw the body of a woman laying dead.
Alright, so the reason that the priest found the lady dead, well, the lady was actually Beatriz. She was waiting up at the watchtower where they ring the bell, and she thought she had seen the soldier Fernando coming for her because they were going to run away together. She thought she saw him in the distance, and she was yelling out his name, trying to see if she could make out who it really was. But she stepped a little too far and fell off the edge, and unfortunately, splat. She died. So one of the stories from this particular event was a drunk guy that would always fall asleep in the pulpits. One day he walked into the cathedral, fell asleep, and no one realized he was there, and he woke up to a whining, and he decided to look around and see who it was, because apparently there was no one else in the cathedral. He got up and he saw a woman in nun's clothes and followed her up to the watchtower, and he says that he saw the nun, which appears to be Beatriz, and he saw that she fell over, and as he went to go help her, he also fell over the edge and splat, died too.
So at sunset, people have said that they spotted a woman in nun's clothes standing at the edge of the campana. So the reason they say that she suffered from the fall was that God grew jealous that she fell in love with a French soldier.
Amen. So another story from Durango is of a bridge. I'm not exactly sure where the bridge is or what river it's built over. So there was this town that was having problems with the bridge they were building across the river, because every time it would rain, the bridge would collapse and fall apart. So they hired one of the best so-called builders to make the bridge, and the guy decided to do the project. So he started doing the project, and the town gave him a certain time to build it. I think it was like a month and a half to build it. And he started working on it, and they promised him that he would get a bonus if he finished on time, and if he wouldn't finish on time, that they weren't going to pay him what he was owed. So as the project was coming to an end, it was almost 2 days away from being finished. A thunderstorm started coming around to the town, and it started pouring down rain. Unfortunately for the builder, the river grew taller and the water washed away what he had been working on. So feeling disappointed in what had happened to his bridge, he decided to go to a tavern to drink his pain away. He was more about his reputation and showing people that he was the best builder in town. So a mysterious man dressed in a very nice suit came to him saying, what are you willing to give if I were to build your bridge? And the man looked at him crazy and said, but there's only 2 days left for the bridge to be built completely. There's no way you can do it. And the well-dressed man told him, are you willing to trade your soul for the building of this bridge? Is your pride and your reputation worth your soul? So the man, really having no option, the man decided to go ahead and do the deal and shook hands with the well-dressed man and went home. 2 days later, the man went to the job site and saw that there was a crowd of people congratulating him and shaking his hand. And he realized the bridge was built totally complete and was standing tall and just majestic building, and his reputation was upheld. And then later that night, there was another storm coming, and the man realized that he still had to pay the well-dressed man for what he accomplished. So the well-dressed man told him to meet him at the bridge before the storm showed up to town. And before the storm showed up to town, the well-dressed man showed his real identity, and it was the devil. So the devil made him a part of the structure of the bridge, and when the devil was putting his soul into the bridge, the man was screaming and yelling out in pain. So the legend behind this says that every time a storm is brewing and almost coming to the town, they hear the crying and wailing of this man, and that lets them know that there's a heavy storm coming. And for this, there's really no sightings. It's more audio and hearing. Every time there's a storm coming, people say that they've heard the screaming of a man, and that lets them know that there's a storm coming and it's gonna be very heavy storm. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you like these two little stories we put together. Hope you like this ugly girl in my video.
At least stay, and she offered.
So remember, follow Paola on her social media. She's trying to sell some lip gloss.
I'll put it here.
We'll put it right here somewhere. Right here. And I'll put the link on my description as well, so y'all can go ahead and take a look at that. I'm trying to encourage her to do a YouTube channel just so she can vlog her life and how boring it is.
Very.
But anyways, guys, remember, subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. If you're a fan of the paranormal, or if you're a fan of criminal cases, if you're a fan of serial killers and just crazy things happening in the world, remember to share with your friends, and just stay tuned for more content. If you have any stories, remember, share them with me. They don't have to be paranormal. They can be something crazy that's happened to you. And I think that's it. And just remember, guys, crazy things happened. happen and will happen. You just gotta keep an eye out. Goodbye.